start up my day by fixing myself a simple breakfast. Then of course I'll get my banana for the day. Then I'm going to finish up some work here on my computer, do some planning, and I also have a package to deliver, because if you have been on this channel long enough, you already know that I'm a forever living business owner and I do sell these products, so I will have to package some orders that I have for my clients and make sure that they are delivered today. I have these conditioning rinse, which is really nice for the hair. I have these, which is a really nice natural soothing spray. For wounds, you can use it as a cleanser. I have this aloe vera jelly if you have eczema and such skin cuts and bruises. It's really nice. And then there's also these supplements, the healthy supplements. I'm also taking this one currently and it's really nice. We have the range of juices like the Forever Aloe Berry Nectar, which is really nice for period cramps, and we also have the Forever Aloe Vera Gel, which is really nice for detox, and this is my go-to drink. I'm also taking some of these, and of course my favorite aloe lips, which is a balm, and very nice because it's useful for cuts, for bruises, for wounds, and what have you. Nairobi weather is completely unpredictable, because one moment we're having beautiful weather, the sun is out, it's looking lovely, and then the next moment it's already raining. And I just wanted to share with you my garden and how it's doing. These are tomatoes that I just planted the other day and they seem to be coming up well. I also have my kale, which is thriving here, and I'm just happy about it. Yeah, this is giving me some energy to continue doing some small gardening here and there. A surprise, it's already raining again, and yeah, just interesting weather all the time. Our packaging is perfectly done and ready for delivery, so we'll just dive in and make some soup and bake some bread for our lunch. So let's just dive into it. So I'm also going to be sharing with you my recipe, because I am at home the whole day and I'm going to be fixing myself some bread and soup for lunch. So this is basically how I prepare my dough, the same way I prepare my pizza dough. So I have my all-purpose flour. I'm adding in a little bit of salt, and then I have some milk, and I'm going to use my instant dry yeast. So I'll put 2 spoons of the same here and 2 spoons of sugar, just to let the dry yeast do its work. This is actually the same way I prepare my pizza dough, and I remember that I promised to share that recipe with you guys. So yeah, that recipe is coming in on my next vlog. So I'm just going to give that a quick whisk. Make sure that it's all mixed up together, and then set it aside and let the yeast to start reacting with your mixture and to rise a little bit, and then it's going to be ready to go into the flour. every ingredient here I'm working with, it's on room temperature. This is my yogurt. I love to prepare my pizza dough the same way. So in this warm yogurt, which is room temperature, basically I'm adding in 1 egg. I'm going to give that a quick whisk. And then onto this, I'm going to add in my yeast mixture. Look how good it has risen. And then that goes in. And then I'm also going to add in my yogurt with the egg. This is the basic way of how I make my dough, because all these are going to make a perfect mixture for either my bread or the pizza dough. So I mix, and then I come up with a firm dough. And I'm just going to add in a little bit of oil. Then rub it in, make sure that it's well incorporated. And that's about it. So I'm just going to cover in this mixture with a clean film and then put it in a warm place so that it continues rising. At least it triples in size, so that's when our dough will have proved enough to start the baking process. So I'm just covering it and making sure that no air is going to escape. And then obviously I'm also putting in my clean kitchen towel and then place it on top of a rack so that it can prove. And after some 2 hours, that's how good it has proven. It has risen. And I'm just going to puff it in and then portion these, because this is a very big mixture, and I'm just going to portion and use the portion that I'm going to use. The rest you can just put it in the fridge, and whenever you want to make something else, then you can just get it and let it prove outside your fridge, and then yeah, you can go ahead and prepare whatever it is that you want to prepare with. So for this batch I have a piece that is going to be baked to our bread, and there's nothing as good as homemade bread. So that goes in there, and then I'm just going to cover it with a tea towel and put it in a warm place for it to rise. And after like 1 hour 30 minutes, it has risen so nicely, and then it's ready to go into the oven. And voila, yeah, that's my simple bread. And this is going to be served with some tomato soup. And I will quickly show you how I make my simple tomato soup, and it's really delicious. So I have 5 tomatoes, I have some garlic, I have red onion, you can use any onion of choice, and I have chili. I also have black pepper, I have bay leaves, I have some milk there, I have sugar, and I have some salt. You can switch the milk with heavy cream, the cooking cream, yes, if you like. So I'm just going to chop off everything, like the tomatoes, chilies, and everything else. And get you to the next step. So on my saucepan I put some cooking oil, then I'm just going to saute these onions. After that I'm adding in my garlic. Here you can also add a little bit of salt, and I'm also putting in my chilies. Then make sure you cover your pot to let these tomatoes to cook and juice up. So I'm going to add in some bay leaves onto these and add in some broth. You can add water or you can just add some broth if you have any. I'm just using water for this. I'll cover it and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Then when it has boiled like this, you know that it's ready. I'll just give it a quick stir, then make sure that I remove all the bay leaves from this soup and then let it cool completely before I continue with the next process, which is blending to get a fine mixture. Make sure that the soup cools down because you don't want to burn yourself when you're putting the mixture in your blender and it's boiling and too steamy, okay? This is how it looks after blending. Remember that I want a really smooth consistency with my soup, so I'm going ahead to strain the mixture on the sieve because I want a fine texture. And what this really does is it removes the seeds and the skins of the tomatoes, and they are actually very minimal, as you can tell. But now what is left, it's a really smooth mixture of the soup, and that is what we are going for. So continue with this process until the whole batch is done. Now our soup is in this mixing bowl, and then what is left is we put it back into the heat. You can go ahead and use the sufuria that you were using before, and then this is the part where you spice your soup as you want it. I'm going to add in some black pepper for mine. Taste the salt. I'll also add some sugar to balance the tomato acidity here. Give it a quick stir and a good stir, obviously. Going to add in a bit of milk to my soup and then stir it Make sure you stir, and make sure you also taste and feel like everything is balanced and just the way you love it. And yes, our soup is ready and definitely ready to be served. And I have to say that this soup is really delicious. You have to try it. Our bread has been cooling and now we can start serving it. So I'll just get some slices with butter, and yeah, that's how we are going to enjoy our soup for lunch. And of course, you can't miss a good meal when you have avocados.